I think Lurrus is going to get banned. It feels like Birthing Pod. It feels like a card of that power level. I think that they've already stated that's problematic in Modern. It would be weird for them to do what I want them to do, which is ban Opal, to ban Mishra's Bauble, which is a card that I think just should be banned anyways.
Alex, let me back you up for a second, because you mentioned this earlier on the show. You believe wholeheartedly that Mishra's Bauble should be banned. Tell me why Mishra's Bauble needs to be banned. What is the reasoning behind it?
I think it consistently just shows up in things, and it's probably slightly too good. Delve is a mechanic. Like it often shows up next to mechanics that are broken and helps fuel those deck mechanics to be broken regularly. Just those cards are often so powerful that they get banned before Mishra's Bauble does. Delve is the best example, but I think that Companion's the next one. I think that there's precedent, right? There's other free draw card spells, Gitaxian Probe being one of them, that have been banned. And Gitaxian Probe shows you your opponent's hand, lets you pay life, and draws you a card. All 3 resources, depending on the deck. Mishra's Bauble lets you get an artifact into play, a permanent to sack, and also draws you a card and gets a Delve pip up, right? So like they have similar benefits on both ends, and they give you the information of the next card on top of your opponent's deck. So that's my thought behind it. I don't think it needs to be banned. It keeps being in decks that need cards banned out of it, and it makes you think, is that a card that should just also be banned?
I mean, it sounds like from the way we're talking about companions, would you argue that the most egregious companion to the companion of Lurrus is probably Mishra's Bauble? That's the card right now that exists that just makes that card sort of like, well, if these 2 cards are together in a deck, that seems just insanely unfairly good.
I don't think Lurrus is good in Burn. I think they still play it because it's still a free 3/2 lifelinker, and all of their cards are 2 mana or less just inherently.
But they're playing 4 Baubles now. I mean, like the number 1 deck right now on Goldfish in Modern is a Burn deck with 4 copies of Bauble and 4 copies of Tarmogoyf, by the way, just because.
Yeah. I think that, well, it's because they can rebuy it, right? Like, I think that's a Lurrus effect. Bauble's a Lurrus effect, but I think Lurrus being so good in Burn is more Bauble's fault than, like, Lurrus would be good regardless. I just think that just brings it to this next level that makes it problematic. I think if you get rid of Bauble, Lurrus' power level drops in a way that I don't know if it makes it not bad enough to ban, but I think it definitely helps.
What decks get hurt if we kill Bauble? Which decks get hurt the most?
Decks as of before companions, because right now all of them.
I mean, Lurrus decks get crushed because, like, not crushed, but they hurt. I mean, that's definitely one of the best things you can do.
So let's look before that moment, because like Lurrus, if the argument is either Lurrus or Bauble should be banned, one of them will be banned. All of those decks get hurt regardless of what you do. So looking
Death Shadow hurts. They don't
Death Shadow gets hurt. It doesn't get hurt that bad. It hasn't been playing too much Mishra's Bauble up until recently.
I mean, it's just a card they can play to fuel Delve, and whatever. Okay.
Like the Delve creatures, all the Delve spells get slightly worse, and the Impulse spells get slightly worse, but those haven't been good, other than on Chandra Planeswalkers, and that's where that Bauble has seen less play. I don't think many decks get hurt by it going away. Right, because most decks that have played it get banned. Like, it's like there's a turn where it turns on, and maybe I don't know if Urza decks play Bauble.
I don't think so. I think Astrolab became sort of like the cheap artifact that draws you a card, ubiquitous card in Modern around the time it got printed. Bauble now is like a very specific card that gets played in very specific decks, and since Lurrus has shown up a lot, so
yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of where I'm at, is that like this card. Lurrus is really good with 0 mana artifacts that gain value, or 1 or 2 0 mana things that you can sacrifice and gain value from it. And 0 mana ones are the ones that are going to be the most dangerous, and just Bauble's the best version of that. And
do you know that there's another Mishra's Bauble that's not Modern legal?
Yes, there's the it's like yellow and has old frame. Oh, I've seen it. I don't know what it's called. It's got a
Urza. It's Urza's Bauble. It's the original. It's instead of looking at the top card of their library, you randomly look at a card from their hand. And it's the same card though. Otherwise, slow trip. I play them both in Highlander. But anyway, those are our thoughts on Mishra's Bauble.
thank you guys so much for listening to this hot take. Make sure to check out every Friday for full episodes of Masters of Modern. I am at Kess Wiley on Twitter. Mr. Ben Bateman is Ben Bateman Media on everything. Make sure to subscribe, like the bell button, and hit that bell button just so you know if you want to get notifications every time we release new content. We're semi-inconsistent enough at it that having the bell probably lets you know when stuff comes out. And we thank you guys so much for watching.